Please welcome United States Congressman Rick Nolan.
My name is Rick Van Winkle, and I'm happy to be back again. Welcome to this historic hall where so many great leaders for our state and our nation have been endorsed. So many important policy platforms have been advanced that have improved the human condition here in our state and in our world. It's truly a great place. And welcome to Duluth, our shining city by the sea, the world's largest freshwater port. And welcome to the Fighting 8th District, and thank you. Thank you for all that you did to put it back in the Democratic column where it belongs. In that regard, we'd be remiss if we didn't commend and compliment the great work that our DFL party chairman, Ken Martin, has done. Give that man a hand. And our DFL governor, Mark Dayton, and the legislature that you gave him to work with is an inspiration, not just for the state, but for the entire nation. What we did in that last election, defeating the marriage amendment, how about that? Turning down the voter suppression efforts, is that not good? Giving our governor a DFL legislature to show what can be done when Democrats are in control. Balanced budgets, high unemployment, funding our schools, and how about passing a minimum wage for the working men and women of this country? It's truly an inspiration. And we've been making some progress in Washington, in no small thanks to our president and to our senators Klobuchar and Franken. Were the House of Representatives be in charge and control of this country, I shudder to think of where we might be today. But thanks to the president, thanks to Klobuchar, Franken, and the Senate, they've been able to hold them off. Never before have we had an opposition party whose sole determination was to make sure that our president failed. That is just fundamentally wrong. And yet, in spite of that, our president is making great progress. We are in a slow but nevertheless growth economy. We are creating jobs. We are reducing deficits. And oh, by the way, we're putting an end to the war in Iraq and the war in Afghanistan. And our president is proving that diplomacy can work. He is engaged in strong and effective diplomacy to put an end to the chemical weapons in Syria, to put an end to the nuclear weapons in Iran, to keep us out of the war in the Ukraine. These are things that we should be celebrating for our president. Were it up to the Republicans, they would shut the government down. In fact, that's what they did, and that's what they want to do. There is so much more that we need to do if we can only follow the example of what Minnesota here has done. We can pass, and we need to pass, a minimum wage for the nation, not just for Minnesota. We need to put an end to the nation building abroad where it's not wanted, where it's not welcome, where we can't find where the money went to the projects were completed, and start rebuilding America. Its roads, its bridges, its schools, its health care. We've had to stop the Republicans 53 times from repealing the Affordable Care Act. and all the good things that it has done for people in this country. But let me tell you, give us a majority and we'll move beyond that, and we will get a single-payer universal national health care plan for this country. And of course, we need to protect Social Security and Medicare. They've done more things for more people to extend life and the quality of life than anything that any country has ever done, maybe in the history of humanity. And last but not least, we need to change the way we do politics. Corporations are not people, and we need to reverse Citizens United. Let me tell you something. The Republicans outspent us in the last election, but by God, they didn't outwork us, and they're not going to let them outwork us in the coming election. Ours is a promise of hope. Ours is a promise of inclusion. Ours is a promise of prosperity and freedom for all. And let me conclude by saying that when it comes to our former Congressman, Jim Oberstar, we have to add the words passion. Passion for public service. Passion for doing what needs to be done for the forgotten, for the left behind. We have to think of the words accomplishment. We have to think of the words of brilliance. Jim Oberstar was the longest standing congressman in Minnesota history, and he was the best congressman that we ever had in the 8th Congressional District. So, in addition to having the honor of welcoming you here today, and thank you, it's my great honor to introduce to you the film that is put together honoring our late great Congressman, Jim Oberstar. Thank you all very much.